Hello everyone, I am back with the second part of third chapter linear equation in two variables for class 10th. So let's find out what all contents we will cover in this video. We will start with the substitution method. Then we will have some examples based on this method, followed by elimination method examples for this method. And at last we will have a pop quiz. Let's have a recap what all topics I have covered in first video. So we were having their introduction for linear equations in two variables, their uses in daily life, pair of simultaneous linear equations, then graphical representation, consistent and inconsistent systems, graphical method for solving, intersecting, coinciding and parallel lines. So let's get started about the methods of solving a pair of linear equations in two variables. So here we are having two methods for this. First one is graphical method, which I have already explained in first video. And at the second hand, we are having algebraic methods. So we are having three types of algebraic methods. First one is substitution method, elimination method, and third one is cross multiplication method. So these two methods we will get to know in this video, and third method I will introduce in the next part. So let's get started for the substitution method. So substitution method is substituting the value of one variable by expressing it in terms of the other variable to solve the pair of linear equations is known as the substitution method. So let's find out what all steps we have to follow for this method. So find the value of one variable if it is x, right? If one variable is x in terms of the other variable, if it is y, from either of the equation. Means you have to find out the value of one variable in terms of other variable, right? Then what you have to do, substitute this value of x in terms of y in the other equation and reduce it to an equation in one variable y. After putting this value of x in terms of y in the other equation, you will be having the other equation in terms of one variable only in y. So any variable in terms of one variable always have a unique solution. Then by solving that equation, you will be able to find out the value of that variable. And then value of that variable you can put in any one of these two equations, then you will be able to find out the value of x. So these are the steps which we have to follow for this method. Let's have some questions based on this method so that all these steps will be more clear to us. So determine the value of y satisfying both the equations x plus 6 is equals to y and 2x minus y is equals to 4. So here we are having two equations, x plus 6 is equals to y, which is first one, and 2x minus y is equals to 4, which is second one equation. So according to the substitution method, what we have to do, we have to put the value of one variable in terms of other variable in the other equation. So from first equation, we can see here already we are having value of y in terms of y, x. Means we don't need to do anything for finding out value of y in terms of x. Already it is written in terms of x, right? So only what we have to do, just from the equation number 1, we have to substitute this value of y in terms of x in equation number 2. So after replacing y by x plus 6, we are having equation 2x minus x plus 6 is equals to 4. After opening these brackets, we are having 2x minus x minus 6 is equals to 4. So 2x minus x is equals to x, x minus 6 is equals to 4, then x will be equal to 10. Just by shifting this 6 to the right hand side. So value of x we are having now. Then from equation number 1, we can find out value of y just by replacing x by 10. So 10 plus 6 is equals to y, means y is equals to 16. So now we are having solution for these two equations. And this is a unique solution. Unique solution for which lines we can have? For intersecting lines. It means these two lines are intersecting lines, right? Now let's have another example. Here the question is cost of 2 pencils and 3 erasers is rupees 9 and the cost of 4 pencils and 6 erasers is rupees 18. Find the cost of each pencil and each eraser. As here we have to find out the cost of pencil and eraser. So we need to suppose here cost of a pencil is X rupees and suppose the cost of one eraser is Y rupees. Then cost of 2 pencils will be 2x rupees and cost of 3 pencils will be 3y. Then according to the question, it will be equal to 9 rupees. So we can write it 2x plus 3y is equals to 9. And in the same way, again, they are saying cost of 4 pencils and 6 erasers is rupees 18. So we can write here 4x plus 6y is equals to 18. So these are our pair of linear equations in two variables. Now, as we have to solve it by substitution method, so we need to find out the value of one variable in terms of other. So from the first one, we are going to find out value of x in terms of y. So for that, we need to transfer this 3y to the right hand side. So it will be 9 minus 3y. Then we need to divide this 9 minus 3y by 2. So x is equals to 9 minus 3y by 2. Now we will put this value of x in the second equations. So now substituting this value of x in second equation, we are having 4x plus 6y is equals to 18 means 4 into at the place of x 9 minus 3y by 2 plus 6y is equals to 18. Then this 2 will divide this 4. So 2 into 9 minus 3y plus 6y is equals to 18. After multiplying this, the terms written within the bracket by 2, we will be having 18 minus 6y plus 6y is equals to 18. Now this minus 6y will be cancelled out with this plus 6y. So we are remained with 18 is equals to 18 means we are not having any solution for x and y. What it means? It means the statement is true for all the values of y, and it means infinitely many solutions are there. Right? Infinitely many solutions, in which case we can have when the lines are coinciding lines, means these two equations which we are having here are the coinciding lines. And now you can check here. The first equation is 2x plus 3y is equals to 9, which is differing from the second one just by the factor which is 2. Just by multiplying this first equation by 2, you can have second equation. So there is no difference in these two equations. Actually, these two equations are same. That's why we are unable to find out here any single solution, right? Because it is having infinitely many solutions. So here by this method, we can't find out it's a single solution. So this is the substitution method through which you will get to know what kind of behavior these lines are showing to us. Now let's find out what is elimination method. So eliminating one variable by first to get a linear equation in one variable is known as the elimination method. So what all steps we have to cover for this method? Let's find out. Multiply given equations with some suitable non-zero constants, right? Means for both the equations, just we have to make the coefficient of any variable, one variable coefficient, we need to make equal, making either the coefficient x coefficient or y coefficient to both the equations the same, right? And the next step we will be having subtract or add one equation from the other to get an equation in single variable. Just by adding or subtracting those two equations, after equating the coefficient of x variable or y variable, we will be having equation in one variable which will be having single solution. So solve the equation so obtain to get the value of a variable, means then you will be having value for one variable, and then after putting that value in any of the pair of linear equations, we will be able to find out the value of other variable. So this is the next step. Now let's have some examples for elimination method. So our first question is the sum of a two-digit number and the number obtained by reversing the digits is 66. If the digits of the number differ by 2, find the number how many such numbers are there. Means we have to find out two-digit number here at first, and then we have to find out how many such numbers are existing there for such type of arrangement, right? So first of all, we need to suppose tens digit for the two-digit number. Let the tens digit be x. So, and the units digit is y. It means the number will be 10x plus y because it is a two-digit number. So it is having tens place and units place. So for that, we need to suppose the digits for tens and units place, but number can be written in form of 10x plus y, x at the tens place, right? So it will be multiplied by 10. Then it will make a two-digit number here. This is the procedure to frame a number. Okay, so our number is 10x plus 5. And then they are saying when you are reversing the digits. So when digits are reversed, then it will be a second number. The second number will be 10y plus x. You can see here y will take the place of x and x will take the place of y. So it will be like 10y plus x. Right? So now we are having two types of numbers. Now, according to the question, as they are saying, sum of the two-digit number and the number obtained by reversing the digits is 66. Means we have to add these two numbers and the resultant we are having 66. So 10x plus y plus 10y plus x is equals to 66. Now 10x plus x will give us 11x and y plus 10y will give us 11y. So the equation will be like 11 into x plus y is equals to 66. Now this 11 will be transferred here in the denominator. Then after division, we are having x plus y is equals to 6. So this is our first equation. After this, they are saying if the digits of the number differ by 2. Now, digits means x and y. So we can have x minus y is equals to 2, or we can have y minus x is equals to 2, because difference can be written in any manner. We can write it x minus y is equals to 2, and we can write it like y minus x is equals to 2. So first equation is this one and second equation is this one. And for the second equation, we are having two choices. So here we will consider these two equations, x plus y is equals to 6 and x minus y is equals to 2. So after solving these two equations by elimination method, what was the elimination method? We have to make coefficients of any one variable equal. But here you can see already we are having coefficients exactly same for both the variables. X is having 1, here 2x is having 1, here y is having 1, and here again y is having 1. So we don't need to do anything for making coefficients equal. Directly we can just add these two equations. When we will add these two equations, we will remain with 2x is equals to 8, because these y will get cancelled out. Plus y minus y will get cancelled out. So 2x is equals to 8 we are having. So x will be equal to 4. So this is the value of one variable. After putting this value in equation number 1, this is 1, we can have value of y. So 4 plus y is equals to 6 means y is equals to 2. We got our first solution here, right? So by elimination method, when we opted the first choice for second equation, we get x is equals to 4 and y is equals to 2. So the number will be 42, as the number was 10x plus y. So 10 into 4 plus 2 means 40 plus 2. So the number is 42. If we will take another choice, y minus x is equals to 2, then you can find out it. You will be getting x is equals to 2 and y is equals to 4. Then the number will be 24, right? So two such numbers are there for such arrangement, as they were asking how many such numbers are there, and these are the two numbers, right? So this is again a unique solution here for this arrangement. Let's have another question for elimination method. Solve by elimination. 2x plus 4y is equals to 10 and 3x plus 6y is equals to 2. Here we are having two equations. In order to solve by elimination method, we need to make coefficient of one variable equal, right? So in the first equation, 2x plus 4y is equals to 10. And in the second equation, 3x plus 6y is equals to 2. If we have to make coefficient of x variable equal, then first equation will be multiplied by 3. As here you can see, 2 is the coefficient of x in first equation and 3 is the coefficient of x in second equation. So here we need to multiply first equation by 3 and second equation by 2. So now after multiplying second by 2, we are having equations like this. 6x plus 12y is equals to 30 and 6x plus 12y is equals to 24. Wow. Different type of equations we are having here now, isn't it? See, here left hand sides are equal for both the equations. Only the difference is existing in the right hand side. Great. So what it means? It means actually these are differing only with the constant term. See, with the constant term only, and left hand side all the terms are exactly same. So if we will follow the subtraction for these two lines, both the terms will get cancelled out. We will remain with 30 minus 24. This is not a solution. So it means these lines are parallel lines. And parallel lines can't have any solution because they can't intersect at any point. So it means for such system of linear equations, we are having no solution. It means these are parallel lines. Right? So this was all about elimination method. Now get ready for the pop quiz. So first question is, find the value of x plus y if 3x minus 2y is equals to 5 and 3y minus 2x is equals to 3. Yes, you need to pick a pen and paper to solve these equations. Right? To just solve these equations, I am telling you the answers here, as it is not a single line solution. So you solve it. So answer is 8 here for these two equations, right? Means after getting the values of x and y, either opting any method from the explained two methods, then you have to add that two values. You will get the value of x plus y. And the answer is 8 here. Our next question is, find two numbers whose sum is 75 and difference is 15. Yes, you have to solve it. It is time taking, right? You solve it to take your time. I am telling you here the answer is 45 and 30. Next question is, the father's age is 6 times his son's age, and after 4 years, the age of the father will be 4 times his son's age. The present ages of the son and the father are what? You have to find out. Take your time, solve these questions. I am telling you the answers as these are lengthy questions here. Please solve yourself. As I have explained you all the methods, make the equations, follow the method and find out the answers. Then check your answers with my answer. So answer is 6 and 36. And the last question is, infinitely many solutions belongs to which system? This is a simple question. Yes. So what's the answer? Consistent system. I have explained you in first part. You must be knowing. So that's all for this video. Thanks for connecting with me. If you are finding these videos helpful in your studies, then please like, share and subscribe my channel and keep watching. See you soon in the next part. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.